Thank you so much, Chairman Neal and Ranking Member Brady. I'm here today to speak on two issues of great importance to El Pasoans in Texas' 16th Congressional District, and those are economic development and trade. In 2017, opportunity zones were created as part of an effort to encourage investment in low-income communities. The city of El Paso, Texas, nominated 99 census tracts for designation. In March 2018, the governor of Texas announced that 16 census tracts were submitted for opportunity zone designations. Ultimately, the Treasury Department chose one such tract for certification that is located inside the Fort Bliss military installation. This current designation hinders our city's continued effort to improve the quality of life for all El Pasoans, including those military families stationed at Fort Bliss. In fact, since I was sworn in, I've worked closely with Fort Bliss to deal with this problematic designation. And in March 2019, Fort Bliss officials stated in a letter to El Paso's mayor that, quote, "It makes more sense to exchange this tract for a census tract that aligns with your economic development efforts to provide the greatest benefit to all El Pasoans," end quote. They also stated that they support the city's effort to redesignate the current opportunity zone encompassing Fort Bliss to our downtown area instead. I would like to submit the letter from Fort Bliss to our mayor for the record.
So ordered.
Thank you, Chairman. This issue spans two committees, Ways and Means as well as House Armed Services. And I'm very privileged to serve on the Armed Services Committee, and I look forward to working with both committees to remedy this error, one that likely affects cities throughout the country. Such a fix would boost growth in an area that is ripe for development and in need of investment, which is the goal of Opportunity Zone designations. I'm happy to provide the committee with any additional material required to facilitate this request. I'm also crafting language that I have shared with both of your staffs and look forward to your feedback. The second issue critical to El Pasoans is trade. The border region is dependent on it and enjoys the relationships that we have built with Mexico because of it. In fact, about a quarter of our jobs in El Paso are linked to trade, and our region sees about $90 billion worth of goods flowing through our ports of entry annually. Lately, however, our region has suffered at the hands of this administration. While the president has fixated on ineffective immigration policies that do not address the root causes of migration, our region has seen our border effectively partially shut down. And as a result, we've had a decline in trade and harm has been caused to our economy. A recent study released by the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas shows that annualized trade through the El Paso Port of Entry was $74.5 billion in March, a 7% decline from last year. The study posits that the decline is linked to the recent long delays at the border crossing due to Customs and Border Protection officers being diverted in order to process migrants. Indeed, U.S. Customs and Border Protection reassigned up to 750 CBP officers away from southern ports to help process asylum seekers. At the El Paso Port of Entry alone, 194 officers were pulled away from the ports. Cargo wait times exceeded 18 hours at the height of the reassignments. I respectfully request the committee hold a field hearing in El Paso to see the consequences that bridge wait times have had on the region and the nation. There, you can speak to experts on the ground and get a firsthand understanding of trade along the U.S.-Mexico border and the unique issues the Southwest faces. I understand that immigration policy is out of this committee's jurisdiction, but it is important to remember that these decisions are interconnected and can have repercussions across industries. My office would be delighted to facilitate your visit. I thank you for the opportunity to speak today and for your consideration of my requests.